Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 5, live from the Jazz House here at 926 Mass Street. I have Imberly, Blasphemy Blake to my left, representing Triple X. In the middle, as always, we have Jason Cougar Huang.
Fuck BTS. 7's too many still. Way too many. Boy band.
Strong takes right out the gate.
Yep.
And always welcome the ever elusive but always inclusive Seth Super Sports Sanchez. So this week we are sponsored by Drone Lawrence. That's Lawrence's premier prestige worldwide level aerial photo and video provider. You should just contact them for amazing Lawrence prints or any of your drone needs, ranging, I would assume, from birthday parties, land surveying, personal pictures, and possibly, but not limited to, scaring the crap out of your children. Everybody loves drones. Oh, that was clearly for the Poshwash game. The most viewed game of the week in years. Poshwash versus Kicking Assets. It was a great game. Oh yeah.
So these drones are really good quality, right? These drones are good quality, right? By the way, you're welcome. Of course, they're in China. Well, another thing is China. So yeah, we make them. You all just record the video and spy on people. So, yeah. So, okay, you're welcome, all. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, just to jump right in, I want to remind everybody that this coming Saturday we're going to have the Kifa. That's the Kickball is for all. That's going to be at Hobbs Park around 1-ish. Get there at 1. Don't be late. If you are, you're going to be late. This year, it's all sponsors are inclusive for marginalized groups, LGBTQ allies, and safe spaces. The 2022 sponsors are Santa Massage and Wellness. You can visit them at santamassage.com. Find Fitness, which is at findfitnessks.com. Young Spine and Joint, youngsj.com. And Empire Bar and Billiards, which is at empirebilliards.com. Nourish Training, which you can get at kelseyf123 at gmail.com. Cougar's now nemesis, Lerner Real Estate. Visit them online at sold.nicholaslerner.com.
We're not nemesis. Will you stop?
Well, I mean, you're not nemesis. It wouldn't necessarily be nemesis.
That doesn't work.
I think it would be ex-business partners. Because your stake was bought out. It was amicable.
It was not bought out. There's nothing bought out. Okay, ex-partner's fine, but not bought out.
And last but not least, Up to 11 Productions. Check them out on Instagram.com. Up_to_11. So it's going to be awesome. It is the 10th year for the Kifa. So it's going to be a big party. Everybody's going to be able to get some great one-on-one drills, learn all sorts of fundamentals. Seth is going to be there. That's what I just heard. So yeah, Seth's going to be there. Imberly's going to be there. You've got to be. So outside of that, let's just go ahead and jump right into this week. So starting off at YSC1, we had Red Lion shutting down the presses, 17-14 over Lawrence Shirt Factory. Officially, Cougar ending the streak.
Yep, first ever win by Red Lion over our Shirt Factory. So it's first wins for a lot of people, especially those who have always lost, like Vaughn, Jared, of course, Ben and all that, Chris Neverby, you name it. Nick Lerner hasn't beaten Shirt Factory since like 2005 or 2006, something ridiculous.
Do you think that it's any coincidence that Nick Lerner cut ties with you and the streak against the Shirt Factory ended? I'm just throwing that out there.
Really?
It's legit.
Really? You're going there? Do you think any correlation with, he's free from shackles of
Tommy
me,
is free
and
indeed.
he finally beat Shirt Factory. They lost to Shirt Factory before he came to sponsor my team. You know that, right?
Todd Foster.
What
Foster.
a birthday gift. 9. Yeah. That's impressive in itself. Like, I don't know where Love Garden's documentarian is, but he missed out some great footage. Yeah.
This game was a 5 o'clock wind was blowing out. It was a close game.
Straight out.
It was a close game. When I saw it, Red Lion had the lead actually for most of the game, and Shirt Factory came back in the 9th inning and tied it, and they went into extras.
They scored 4 in the 9th to tie.
They scored 4 in the 9th to tie it, and then couldn't hold Red Lion in the 10th inning.
Yeah.
And there was a little bit of shouting.
A little bit. We did have some notes on this. Amazing triple play in the bottom of the first. Nick stealthily snuck between the pitcher and catcher for a big run. Calvin had 2 home runs and 2 kicks. So fun to see that. So, anybody else have any input on this game? Yeah. Yeah. I did see that picture. So you didn't wash your hands.
And really, can we switch places?
So on to YSC 1 at 7. We had the Drop Stoppers ball gagging bunt and grind 11-4. We got to get off to a hot start, Cougar.
Ball gagging?
So, did anybody get to see this game? I didn't have any notes sent in on this one. We did see Cody scratched in the bottom of the 3rd for an injury, and Dustin was added in the top of the 4th at the 12th spot. So, welcome, Dustin. Good job for filling in.
Well, I got notes there from Adam from Drop Stoppers. So here's what it quote: "Start off slow, but turn it on later. Ladies were kicking ass. Brought in a couple new KBPL players who looked like they would be a good help to our bolster our beat-up roster. Hanlon Quo had a 3 RKI double. That was the offensive play of the game. How about that? Asian has the offensive play of the game. That never happened to me, so no. Oh yeah, BNG had a home run. I think says Adam. Those are those that Adam had about.
Yeah, just kind of perusing over the book here. It looks like it's a pretty close game up until the 6th, and then Drop Stoppers just started dropping runs in the 7th. And Bunt and Grind didn't put anybody on. Pretty much went 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. So, all right, moving on to YSC 2 at 5 p.m. Kansas Tree Care chops down the Harpies 11-5. Yeah.
This game was so much closer than the score will predict. And I took, I did the score sheet for most of this game, and so if you want to know RKIs, singles, doubles, trippers, and all that, I mark all of that, so you should be able to read the game a little better. But Harpies had the lead up until the 6th or 7th inning, maybe.
Yeah.
KTC and the wind died, and KTC scored 5 or 6
It
in
was
one
5-2
inning.
until the 6th.
And then KTC scored 5. And Harpies never recovered, but up until the 6th inning, I thought Harpies had them.
Yeah. They just had a real tough 6th and 7th inning. They came up, went 1, 2, 3. They just lost all their momentum as soon as Kansas Tree Care put up the runs in the 6th. It turned the whole tide.
It just goes to show, something like Kansas Tree Care, great teams don't have to be great all the time, just when they have to be. They do.
Well, and not to short sell either team, but I I did umpire home plate, and both Grant and Stacy sat out. So, yeah, healthy scratches. Believing in the team.
Oh.
Oh, he crushed it. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. No, he had some fantastic hands.
Wow. Olivia, there you go.
So the notes we had on this one was Kenny home run in the second at bat, using the second at his at bat using the wind. Great game. Thomas playing third. Grant out. Amazing catches. Want to see you in the championship. Love you, Harpies. You're sexy. So take solace in that.
So real quick, so if you recall last year, a lot of the Harpies did not play against KTC because they had a planned family vacation.
Correct.
I haven't were gone.
Yeah.
And now you have those two, Stacy and Grant, be healthy scratches. It's kind of tough.
Grant wasn't necessarily a healthy scratch.
Somehow, yeah.
I would like to pass on information from Kansas Tree Care employees and owner to please call them Kansas Tree Care from here on out instead
Yes.
of abbreviating
One more
it.
syllable. It's just one more. The sis. Learn it, live it, love it.
Kansas Tree Care.
YSC2 at 7 p.m. Young Spine adjust Poshwash back to reality 6-4. There's no real hot takes here. Young Spine played well defensively. They got more runners on and scored them. It's reflected in the scorebook. Top of our lineup did really well getting on base. We just got 2-3 runners on and couldn't move everybody around. Couldn't score anybody in. So it was a rough game. We were missing a couple of people that played last week, but no excuse. Great job to Young Spine. They played great defense, especially at shortstop. Had 2 great catches. So hats off to Young Spine. I think that puts them back to 2-2, 2-game winning streak. So good job to them. All right. Moving on, YSC 3 at 5 p.m. The Honey Badgers plug up the D-holes 13-2. Woo!
So last year they won by double digits over D-Hole. They did it again. Granted, Alex and Megan Hommett weren't there, so is Cindy Johnson. Not there for D-Hole. But still,
no excuses.
No excuses.
No
Regardless,
excuses.
I thought either with
that's
those
why you
three
build
there,
a franchise,
even with
Cougar.
those three there, I think Honey Badgers would still beat D-Holes pretty handily. So.
You remember when this guy named Tom Brady went out with a knee injury and some schlub named Matt Castle went 11-5? That's what a franchise does.
True.
No excuses. Yeah, fuck the Dolphins. But they took the Chiefs for the next 18 years because of that trade.
I think I saw one of the most incredible slides into home in this game. One of their guys hopped over the catcher, I feel like, and as he was getting ready to roll, tagged home. Oh, it was nuts. Lucas. It was definitely Lucas.
Yeah.
Lucas had the most insane play. It was awesome.
Yeah, the last note's very intense.
What's that? Cheer to that? Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Ooh, hot take.
Here's the thing. Those two guys who played basketball, they did not play against Harbor Lights last week. They did not play.
They did not
play, no. Uh-oh. And already there's a target with unreleased placement thanks to Honey Badgers right on the ball. That's great.
Good catch, pitcher. Good 2-out rally by the D-holes. 2, nada. 3, blood on ball. Zach collision. Lucas big jump into home. Very intense game. I don't think that's a huge short sell on this game. That could be said. I think this one spilled out more into the what are we not supposed to say? Peanut gallery? Yeah, the peanut gallery.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Woohoo! We'll get to that.
Lieutenant? Yeah, that's
He's excited. I want to see how many Jello shots they prepare. Is he really excited? The gauntlet's been laid out.
How many did you prepare last week? 800?
Ish.
There you go, Hey Badgers.
All right. He better be.
1,200.
YSC 3 at 7 p.m. The Squids get caught in the net by Harbor 11-5. Any surprises here?
Not for me. I heard that didn't Harvard get a big like 6-run inning? Is that correct, Shawn?
So yeah. In the notes, we got Liv badass catch, first inning Liv badass catch, sixth inning badass catch. Just tipped the kick and Liv made another badass catch. The ladies kicked and crushed all around. I'm trying to look here.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. You're right, Cougar. It was the fifth inning. They put up 2 on a sack to be the second out, and then proceeded to drop 5 more, just to kind of open the game up. And yeah, they it looks like they answered with 1 and then did not score another run.
And once again, for the 4th time, more so that Olivia is the best free agent acquisition in the postseason.
Yeah,
there you go.
Suck it, Jeff Moore.
I didn't say you did.
Yeah, like a sideways Mahomes throw. Yeah. All right, on to YSC 4 at 5 p.m. The Jerks put the sword back into the stone, 12-5, ending the defeated streak. Derek, anything to add here? I know. He was conspicuously absent during each loss, but they drop a W, and he just happens to be here.
First of all, I was only missing 1 last week.
That's true. You only missed 1 week.
I take my licks, but I also give them fuck sword.
Yeah!
No, they were great.
Hot Take Tuesday.
The hot jazz house in here. No, it was a good game. It was fairly even. I think the first couple innings, I did have a home run. Blame it. No big deal.
And I heard it was out of the park.
It was over the fence. It was totally the wind. I had nothing to do with it.
Definite wind aided.
Yeah. So 4 had wind mostly in, but it was pulling to the left field just slightly, just enough that if you got it center left, it would carry.
So that. Yeah. 302 feet, still a home run.
True.
Ask Aaron Judge.
So
he's got like 12 of those.
It was totally wind, but at some point after that particular instance, my team for the last 3 weeks have struggled with motivation. I guess we just couldn't string anything together. Offense was very, very lackluster, and this week everything clicked. And big shout out to Katie Marcus. She played left field, which was a big danger zone, and she caught every goddamn ball that went to her.
Yeah, so much wind, so much great tracking.
Right. So we didn't play with. We played without a rover. We played 4 deep, just to kind of cover. Just kind of cover up.
Once they saw you go out of the park, they knew no need for a rover.
Nope. Absolutely not. But it was a great game. Sword played really well. I think they kind of they're suffering from what we suffered the last couple weeks. They seem to just struggle to string anything together that was truly meaningful, other than the first few runs they had.
Yeah, I'll give you all the credit in the world. That home run turned the whole tide, it looks like. I mean, just perusing over, that gave you a 3-2 lead. You guys didn't allow a base runner until the 6th when they scored, and by that point you dropped 5 more on them.
So Derek, that means that the old nickname of Pop-Up Derek Davis is now forever
Pop-Up?
vanquished, is it? The old nickname.
No one will ever not call me Pop-Up Derek Davis.
I haven't, but I've been saying that it should be vanquished now, isn't it? That home run?
Yeah, pretty much. It's a badge of honor.
It's a badge of honor, indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
No one can take that back.
No one can take that away.
Wind
None.
or not.
No. Yeah.
I'll stand up here and talk about the next game. That's all it is.
All right.
Continue.
Moving on, YSC 4 at 7 p.m. Following it up with another home run, it sounds like. Post House cruises over the Red Legs 16-9.
That's three weeks in a row that Simon's going to take the over the best home run.
Yeah.
3 out of 4.
Yeah.
Not bad.
First of all, his was much more impressive. 7 o'clock, the wind died.
Yeah, there was
completely.
no wind at 7.
And
It was
he
just hell on her.
just monstered one over. He's got old man strength in his legs now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's all natural. Yeah. It's
Speak for
smoothies,
yourself. None of them happen to be.
keto.
You have to have the skill to begin with. I will say
Cougar,
this.
You had it half down. You just popped up really high.
Right?
It's too high. It's too high. It's real high.
Yeah, you got to come.
I will say this. Simon makes it look incredibly easy every time he kicks.
Yeah.
I
So
hate it.
I'm really disappointed that we haven't seen the GoPro footage of the last 2 home runs. Because I know the first 2 weeks they were playing with the GoPro over at third base. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Street
that-
there.
I was revving that game. That was awesome.
yeah, that's a very yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd have been in the dugout like texting everybody.
Yeah. It's like, who had that? Anything else to add,
I
Derek?
mean, it was good. Redlegs hung in there until I think it was somewhere in the 7th, 8th, and then I think Post House went on a 2-out rally and put like 4 or 5 on them, and then it was just kind of the last nail in the coffin. Yeah, it was one run I think going into the 7th, and then at some point, like I said, it was a 2-out rally, and Redlegs they were missing just little bits, like they would throw to where the runner was, not where the runner was going.
Here's
It was like you were
Derek
saying.
pretty
looking
much
at
covered
it. It was
it,
like
but
11-9.
It was a really close game, I think, until the end of the 8th inning, and then we just scored, I think, 5 there and just managed to close it out.
Yeah, 5 in the 8.
It was a close game. I was nervous. I don't know about the rest of my team, but they're a good team. So.
Love Garden.
Yeah, it was definitely close to the very end. So.
And here's Conklin.
It was a fun one.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely gave us room for our money, but we definitely came out in the end like we wanted to. Like she said, nerves till the 8th inning, and we put those runs on, and we were able to just kind of relax a little bit and settle down in the 9th and take it home.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Colin.
Yeah, thanks, guys. On to YSC 5 at 5 p.m. Big thank you to our loving host, Jazz House, down here at 926 Mass Street. Come down and visit them tonight. Tomorrow, every night. So we had Free State flattens the Jazz House 8-7. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
However,
I love the way it
I was hearing a bit of disparaging about my beloved sport of baseball and about older baseball players hitting home runs and making jokes about Barry Bonds and Mark McGuire. So I just looked it up, and when Mr. Hank Aaron,
R.I.P.
can we go there? Can we go there?
He was
When
using
Mr. Hank
greenies.
Aaron was
Greenies.
39, he hit 40 home runs.
What year was that?
That would have been
73?
1973. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. And Hank Aaron never took anything stronger than coffee. Okay.
Well,
What?
We'll also look at the top pitchers from 1973 in their 81-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Yeah. Okay. So at any rate, so I have somewhat salvaged the reputation of Major League Baseball on the KVKL podcast. Jazz House Free State had another one-run game. It was really, really fun. When we got there, I came up. Seth goes, Rick, we got a huge problem with the infield. I'm like, oh, shit, what's going on? And the bunt lines were drawn so incredibly badly on our field. They were like practically sitting on the bases. I exaggerate, but they were really bad. So we didn't argue about it. We discussed it. You know, we were both in agreement. It was really bad. And we were looking to see how far from third base the bunt line is supposed to be. Okay. But there really wasn't anything in the rules about that. So we walked over to the adjacent field because you could see it. You would stand there and you were like, oh my God, every single person who bunts is going to get on base if we play these rules. And it turned out that the bunt line was 4 feet closer to first and to third than it should have been. So I just stepped it back. We put a notch in it and then we did a toe drag through the infield, and everybody played it, and it was great. And we had to remind the third baseman and the first baseman a couple of times that, hey, you get to play up a little bit closer, which nobody ever says, you know. But in the interest of keeping an even playing field for everyone, and so that was cool, and it got us off to a great start. It was a seesaw battle the whole way with a thriller from Manila finish. We're Free State. I had 3 guys charging home, and we had a cannon relay from Corey to Austin. Is that correct? Yeah, Torrey to Austin, and Austin threw a strike at my 6'4" center fielder as he was flying into home base, and he hit him right on top of the head. Just kidding. No, he hit him at the base of the neck, and that's where we're going with 100%. Yeah, I wasn't gonna even dispute that at all. No big deal. It did not happen. He hit him on the neck. It was a legit out, and then they ended up winning by 1 run in extra innings. So it was a really, really fun, exciting game from a couple of bars that have been in this league since 2002. So there it is. Yeah. So Seth, you can take it from there.
Yeah.
Ah.
So what happened? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So the only thing that I did have about this game that I think could possibly be a little topic of discussion. How does everybody feel about catchers playing on the right side of the home plate, on the first base side?
It's fine.
And the only reason I ask is because it is totally legal I have not seen it in a KVKL game, but when we played Young Spine on Sunday, their catcher stood like 8 feet outside to the right, but was within and never moved. So it's legal, but let me tell you, that peripheral fucks with you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this. So Josh Rayton has one leg, and he plays catcher a lot. And sometimes, I personally think being on the right side is functionally not as good as the other side. Psychologically, though, it's a big difference. But he puts his titanium foot right there on the corner, and he'll just stand perfectly still. And it fucks with a lot of people because they want that ball on that side. Yeah, and they got to change the where they're kicking when people stand there, but he does it really well. Yeah, he doesn't care. He's got a fake leg, so he just plants it right down there, hoping somebody. I think it's mostly a mental thing as it is a physical thing.
We'll go really fast for the next game, but I just want to say, as a coach, all of you who coach out there in podcast land, there's two kinds of errors. There's physical errors and there's mental errors. Physical errors are going to happen, like somebody drops a ball, and there's nothing you can do about that. Mental errors are what drive coaches crazy. And
like Cougar?
Yeah, no, not casting blame anywhere. But so each team, Free State and Jazz House, we each had our errors. But the Free State errors were mostly physical errors. For instance, there was a ball late in the innings that came off of Seth's hands, and then there was another one that came off Austin's hands, but they just ended up in one base runner getting on base and the runners advancing once. Then I had a mental error on my team where the right fielder didn't back up the throw to first, and the throw was high, and then all of a sudden the ball's loose down the line, and I'm ready to kill my right fielder, and I think they scored 3 runs on that. And so, yeah, and so that's all I'm saying is that remember the difference between mental errors and physical errors, Cougar, so that when a mental error happens, don't give your team such a hard time because they're going to happen. Major League Baseball players make them.
We'll get to that in a minute about that mental error.
My man. Okay, great. That's enough. I'm done on that game.
Moving on. We've got YSC 5 at 7 p.m. The Scoonies execute Order 66 on the Empire, 10-8. I have no notes on this game.
No.
The only thing that I do know for sure is that other Shawn, does not know how to spell his name right. Still.
I ref that game. I'll go really quick. They were evenly matched teams. It was a really, really fun game to ref. It was super competitive. They went back and forth, traded body blows the whole time. And Schooners, honestly, were just a little bit better than Empire, but I don't know, man. Teams get better every year. I mean, these are supposedly teams at the bottom of the league, if you will, and they were good. I mean, they weren't. It used to be teams at the bottom of the league were horrible.
Yeah.
Were horrible, and they were both good teams. And I think that you can't mail it in with either one of them. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Oh, and here's
I
Paul
just
from
want to say, being on Empire, that
Here's Paul.
we may lose every game. We may not be the best, but we get better every single time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this game was definitely a lot better than our last one.
Thanks, Paul.
All right. YSC 6 at 5 p.m. Kicking Assets wasn't kind and didn't rewind. Over the late fees, 19-10.
Got no notes.
I have no notes here.
The only thing I can say about the not rewinding is someone who used to work at a video rental store, that would drive me nuts. I have to rewind it every single time. That drove me nuts. That's all I got.
Assets had their missing players back from the week before, and they were able to string their things together. I think they were just really mad about losing under the lights.
Yeah. All right. Onwards to YSC 6 at 7 p.m. The Bald Beavers strip down the Rockets 14-4. So it looks like the good Cougars
The South Korea Cougars.
continue
Yep.
with a nice little 10-run win
Yep.
over the Rockets.
Yep. 3-1. Yep.
I know no matter what, Rockets destroyed them in the most fun category. So they're still undefeated this year in the most fun.
Except, hold on. There's the other Shawn that spelled it incorrectly, Mr. Wilson. Don't you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, he spells it wrong too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No other notes? Anybody? Play's here.
Arbar's not playing
Arbar.
it, Clay.
Best wings in Lawrence.
Arbar's not playing it, Clay. No.
Moving on to
Yes, not
YSC
yet.
7 at 5 p.m. Brutang went full Armageddon on Asteroid Head 20-3.
Brutang continues to impress. They really, really do. I mean, yeah.
After a rough week, this last week, looks like Brutang's back to where we all kind of expected them to be. At least against what I would say this level of competition this early in the year. I wouldn't say that 20-3 is very surprising.
Well, I just say that Emberly, your team played Brutang last week. I don't have anything to say about Brutang.
Who was bunting in the ninth? Brutang was bunting in the ninth, up 20-3.
What the hell?
The Peanut Gallery is undefeated. These are the things
God
we need
damn
to
it,
know.
Brutang. So it's home runs against Polish Watch week 1. Now this. Gosh damn it. All right, go Emberly, go.
So, yeah, I mean, if someone has to let you know that you're going to get hit in the nuts because you're bunting up 20-3 in the ninth.
No.
So
Just-
now, I'm going to be nice because I'm firm, but I'm fair. This is the one where we have to draw the line. As soon as you win a championship in any tier, you are no longer allowed to be abhorrent to the rules, or at least the unspoken ones.
Wrong.
I love Brutang,
Wrong.
so this is your get out of jail free.
Wrong.
It-
Wrong.
it's not.
Etiquette. Up by 15. Call it the dogs. Don't bunt.
Yeah,
Don't
that-
bunt.
I agree.
Don't bunt. Ugh.
Is it an upset? Bunt away. Rub it in. But if it's not, act like you've been there. Anyways, Sonia, nice hustle and catch in the 7th. Bunting in the 9th, up. Oh, there we go. Up 16-3. Tanner Fisher had 2 triples. Pitcher Lindsay for Asteroid Head. Great catch to end the 4th. The wind is bananas. Pretty much the theme for all 5 o'clock games.
Yeah.
Moving on. JWE cuts off Johnny's 7-6.
Here's Dustin from JWE.
I would just like to say that after the second inning, it was like 7-2, and we didn't move runners anymore after that. Austin had a sweet head-first dive on a foul ball, so they were bringing the energy. They played really well, had great defense. Every time they had a chance to score a whole bunch of runs, we just really shut them off, I think they had bases loaded, no outs, and maybe scored 2 runs, so big-time facts. Good game played by both. Austin brought the energy. Their team was pretty good this week, so good job.
Yeah, it looks like they got bases loaded 3 times, and out of those 3 times, they did get 4 runs. But looking at where the outs were, they could have had probably 6 easily, seeing that they were at the top of their lineup every time.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So pushing ahead The Screamers stuff the Ghost into a proton pack, 8-7. This is going to definitely hurt their chances of going 8-2.
Yeah.
It can't help them.
Yeah.
But we've got Mr. Cosgrove's here to comment, and the consort of Lawrence, Kansas. David Shipley in the flesh.
That's right, I'm here.
What have you got on this, David?
What's the matter?
What do you have about this Ghost game?
It was a hell of a game. I think both teams turned 2 double plays. Yeah, and one of them was very reminiscent, very personal for me and Cosgrove. Exact same way we won a game at Space Pussy, defeating Asteroid Head several years ago. Small bunt, caught up in the air by me, thrown to first base for a double play.
It was a great game. I say best of 7 flips every time on that game, right?
Yeah, we'll take it in 7. That's fine. Well, we already got 2 on you last year also.
I mean, I just think, there was some wish-washy reffing at home. I forgot who the ref was, but I don't know. But we'll just forget about that.
I think he's the one that did the score sheet, too.
So I'm just going to say, after perusing the score sheets, whoever did them really, really needs help.
The Ghosts want to put in an official protest because we don't know what the score was at all.
It was the first
according
time.
to the score
It's okay.
sheets.
Yeah, and not to short sell
So
anyone.
I'll tell you what
Thank you
happened.
for doing it.
It's a teachable moment.
Yeah.
They need. I've already addressed it, but they need
Oh
to.
no, there's,
they'll-
there's nothing
they'll-
wrong with it. It'll be on. It's on the website forever, so
Yeah.
everyone go take a peek.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's straight to the vault.
It looks like Garrett kicked one time, and that's it. but
I
he
was
scored
super
like 3
confused.
times.
I was like, wait, how did the Ghosts get 7 if they didn't score?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what was going on there. Whatever.
Oh yeah, 3-1.
Thank you.
Great start for this. Yeah. You're being one of the only 3 undefeated teams.
Well, we're doing all right. The game this week, I think, is going to be a little bit tougher for us. So,
Oh yeah, but they only beat the lowly Ghosts by 1.
How many bases did
only
Cosgrove steal?
Ghosts
this
a very
week?
fine team.
How many bases did Cosgrove steal this week?
I hurt my back at work trying to get some soccer fields ready, so I did not play this week. But hey, moving on. What about the game after us? Let's talk about that.
Before we move on, there's something you guys omitted.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Shipley, you had a tough game yourself. First of all, you fouled out.
Oh,
You
are
fouled
you
out.
providing beer next week?
I did.
You fouled out, and you also got pegged in the back and on the face on throws. Although you were sliding,
Not
so you
on
were
the same
out.
throw?
You're
Is this
out.
a magic bullet?
You're out. I called you out. Chris from Home Loans called you out. You were legit out. Going to slide in a second. We saw it.
Yeah, but Shipley made an amazing effort to try to get that, but
He
just,
did,
you know,
but-
his head
but
is so big it just
It
attracted
was.
the ball.
Great effort, but he was out. Chris had the right call from Home Loans, the third base ref.
Oh, no, absolutely.
So,
It's my ego that makes my head an easy target.
right.
All right, so moving on. YSC 8 at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
The Home Loans downgrade KBC to a tropical depression, 6-3.
All right, let's get to it. Let's get to this.
Something tells me we better get the shots ready because there's about
Here
to
we
be
go.
some
All right, let's
shots
get to this.
fired.
So here's the thing I said to Home Loans. They are a legit good team with potential.
With potential.
You give them time, they're going to be amongst the elite. Maybe not this year, maybe next year, possibly in 2 years. They're going out there competing if they stick together.
Cougar, they're on a very similar trajectory as Brutang was last year, so I think we should put some respect on their name.
I like Home Loans' projection over Brutang. I really do. Physically and talent-wise, they look really good.
Through the
They look
roof.
really, really good. Their top 4 is legit. They placed kicked really well in the first inning and got those 4 runs. And then they kept tacking on in like what was it, 5th and 6th inning and so forth. Defense was solid. KBC Travis got 3 runs, but nothing was cheated. They earned that win. They're a better team. Now, let's get to the rant.
The
So-
rant. Oh, I'm glad
Here
the
we go.
shots are ready because
So someone who shall be nameless on the Tropics is on third base. I'm third base coach. I tell this runner, if the ball's in the air, stay on third for the tag out. If the ball's kicked short and that middle diamond where the encroachment lines are at. Don't
Something
you
tells
dare,
me based off
don't
the
you
scorecard
dare
that it
go
was
to
Willis.
home plate. And what does he do? The ball's kicked over to Gage at third base. He immediately takes off for home. And what does the third base do? The fake throw the first cheese. Fake throws the first and catches him coming to home. He catches, go back to the third, and he gets pegged on the leg at third base for the out. That killed the momentum. And I was absolutely livid if I told them, don't go to home on a short kick inside the infield.
So I don't want. Yeah.
I told them this.
This is one of those, I don't want to short sell it, so we're going to go to the notes. Willis's
drink
base
it.
running in the fifth caused Cougar to lose his shit. Cougar chirping too much and was issued a warning. So can we hear about this warning?
What warning for what? I did not yell at you guys. I was yelling at my player.
So
I don't know if Cougar heard me give him the warning, but I was just like, dude, chill out, man. Your team's good. Like like Cougar, you have a good team. Your team knows more about kickball than Home Loans does. They're just younger and faster and stronger.
Yeah, I said they didn't earn the win, but that idiotic error.
But there's no reason to yell at your players over something like that. It happens.
Instruction.
Do that in private. Do that in private, and do that in practice.
we all know that that's what the Monday
and he didn't
emails
listen.
are for.
It's real simple, kids. Moral of the story. If they say don't put your hand on the hot stove, don't put your hand on the hot stove. Period. Fine, take the other shot. Fine.
2 for 2. We got 2 in a minute.
Hey, how was the score sheet for that one?
Real quick round. Yeah. The score sheet was done very well.
Thank you, David. Thank you, David.
Quick notes. Kyle with the hero throw. Nails Matt in the 6th inning. Play for a double.
Yep.
Gage can bunt as well as kick the shit out of the ball. Strong first inning for both. Defense clamped down the rest of the game. And then we all heard about we're not going to talk about Willis, player to be unnamed. Moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to need your attention for the hate fuck of the week. Hobbs Park, 7 p.m. Thank God no one was there to see it because they would have had to pay a lot for that subscription to this OnlyFans. Triple X defiles the Woost 27-4.
Go ahead, Emberly.
Emberly, we need to know what happened here. Yeah. Yeah. It's just tough living up to the rankings sometimes. You know, they can be right in the wheelhouse. Yeah.
Six.
So, destroying the 4s and not quite hanging to where they should be in the preseason rankings with their... So, Ezra had an inside the Parker in the 3rd. Yeah, Ezra... India had 2 RKIs in the 2nd, and Chris had a great catch in the 4th for the porn spats. So,
Wow.
Well, that's something we're going to have to revisit because I think the over-under was at 3.5, and Simon's pretty much fucking destroyed that. So, the mic is open, Clay.
Nope. Yeah, all of it. Here's Clay
Are
Webb
you talking
from
about this
Arm,
game or the
Arm.
next
Go ahead,
game?
Clay. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Clay.
no. Clay, he reffed the game.
I reffed the game.
Yeah.
I reffed the game. Yes, and I just wanted to say that, you know, despite the big gap, Woos played much better than
the gap would suggest. Obviously, Triple X played very well. But the thing that was like most interesting about the game, Chris and I read the game, and we tried to figure out what was the most interesting thing. And the biggest thing was like they flirted with the run rule the entire time. After an hour, if a team is up by exactly 20, you can call it. But the entire time, it was 19, which would mean that you did the exact most you could to make the game go as long as possible without ending. And it was like 8:30, and we were like, "Oh my god,
Yeah,
it's gonna
it
ever
was-
end."
Oh my god.
And like
Oh
you
my
couldn't get
God.
quite to 20, but like yeah, it's fun. Brutal.
Watch it use that word,
So-
boys. Watch it use that word.
As one of the other ones that was repping and was completely drenched in sweat just watching the game, just a little bit of time to go to the restroom before game of the week would have been appreciated. So go for 20 next time if you would.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
What I think was most impressive, just glancing over the score sheet, is the 1 through 3 spot. Not hot. Everybody got on and scored in innings 1 through 4.
Jesus.
I mean, that's
Jesus.
impressive. Ian was 6 for 7 and scored 6 times. So you are the brainchild behind this lineup. All right, well, we've come to our Hobbs Park Game of the Week. Corksuckers sauced Arbar 9-7. Arbar, hard to follow up last week, especially with as loud as it was. They're here tonight. What? Any insights on the game, guys? You were there. Clay, how do you feel you performed? Yeah. Yeah, very impressive. Yeah.
Brian fucking Johnson, America's real estate agent.
Yeah.
Are you buying a house right
he
now?
also went
You
4
need
for
a
5
friend,
and scored
and that friend
4
is
times.
Brian Johnson.
Wait, his house is actually Johnson this time, right?
It is Johnson,
Okay, not
Robinson.
Not Robinson. Yeah,
Johnson.
okay, make sure.
I guess my only insight is we played pretty well, and they played better, but we kind of ran out of time. You know, whatever. It's fine. So, we still have better wings than they do. They don't even sell food. They give away candy. What's that? Who cares? All right? Notably, we'll get to the tournaments. We'll see you there, corksuckers. We'll see you there.
And here's Chris Robinson.
I was gonna say-
Robinson from Arbar.
Can I get a pulse check on Cougar? He's been very quiet tonight.
What's that?
No.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. All right.
Already yelled for that stupid error from my teammate, so I'm good. No.
So, just my thoughts on game of the week,
you
I
are
guess, at least.
mean.
Take Tuesday.
God damn. Sorry, Chris.
You're
Go
all
ahead.
right. My thoughts on game of the week from the R-Bar perspective would be there were only 2 of us on that entire team that have ever played a game of the week before, and that was 8 years ago, 8 or 9, back when I played with Ben Wright, for those of you that know Ben Wright. But for 90% of that team having never been in that environment before, and it is very different. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
nobody on our team, I feel like, caved or seized up or really froze in the moment, and I think that speaks volumes to some of the people that we have. Obviously, we finished slightly below Corksuckers last year. They're a very good team. I don't think we made any big mistakes
No.
in this game. It just came down to a few small things that I think we could clean up, and I think we're there. Obviously, being an 0-4 to start the year is not great, but I don't think our record indicates the team that we are. I know in that post about the rankings. We're at 32nd right now, I think, out of 36 teams.
Yeah.
And I think that's
right below Poshmark.
I think that's misleading. I think
it
that's
could
misleading.
be.
But
wait
that
for
being
the
said,
Cougar PI to come out.
Right.
That's,
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
RPI.
Watch
Yep.
out.
In 2 weeks. Watch out.
that being said, we were missing a key player on Sunday, one of the top 4 in our lineup. So we had to sort of shuffle some players around. That meant I kicked out of spot, and I'll put some of the blame on myself and fall in that sort a little bit. I didn't make the adjustments that I needed to in the game quick enough. I didn't really find my rhythm until the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs, where I kicked in 2 RKIs, which cut the deficit in half, but obviously that's not enough. So I think I need to make adjustments a little bit faster. But just a big shout out to all those RBAR guys, like I said, that have never played a game of the week before, and they didn't let the moment, I guess, overcome them. They all did really well. So.
Yeah, and thank you guys for the tacos and free food. Like, that was awesome. So our bar. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he was the broadcast pick for MVP for this week. 5 for 5. Clint. Yeah. No, Clint. Yeah. Nips and all. Oh. Thank God I can't taste.
Okay, so I guess first of all, I want to say is everybody's welcome for the free food and stuff. Happy to give it out. Hope everybody comes in and redeems it. Love being a part of this. So when I was on stage last week, I predicted an R-Bar victory. I believe I guaranteed it at the end of the game.
It's okay.
And I'm going to say that, here's how this went. We got out there to the field. We got warmed up. There was a divot at first base, so there was already some questionable things happening there. Then, the cork soakers showed up, and then they were handing out booze, and I don't have this on good authority, but I think a lot of it was given to the umpires. I mean, we've heard stories about this, reports anyway. We're getting reports about these runs that just started showing up on the board for the cork soakers.
I can confirm that Jackie Becker is a non-drinker.
So look, we've started our own independent council looking into some of these questionable things. We're going to have our own press conference in front of Four Seasons Lawn Care, where we're going to announce some real blockbuster things about some possibilities of Game of the Week. But actually, all that aside, it was awesome, and our bar played great, and I was super proud of them. And they may not have made good on my guarantee last week, but they're making good this week. Our bar gets a win.
And we'll get to that later on. We will.
Yep. All right. So coming up this next week, Holcomb Blue. We do, just in case anyone hadn't seen the emails or anything, there have been some changes. There are no games out at YSC this week. So double check with your captains, double check online. The website's been updated. All of your fields and times are accurate. So starting at Holcomb Blue, arguably one of my favorite places to play is Holcomb. Triple X at kicking assets. Isn't it great? Yeah, if you're kicking out at right with the win, that actually doesn't count.
They count.
No, it does. I was just being facetious. So who do we have here? I've got Triple X. Triple X?
XXXOXO. What?
All right.
We don't spread. I got XXOXO winning. No spread.
So, lots of fishnets. That's what I heard. Holcomb Blue at 7. This is one of our pick'ems this week.
It is.
We have the good Cougars, the Bald Beavers at Sacred Sword. I've got Sword here.
You got Sword here?
I've got Sword.
You got Beavers. Seth?
Yeah.
Great. There's an asterisk to that, by the way.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow, there's a legit asterisk. It's a legit asterisk.
Check the fucking
something happened that day. Something happened. You're going to ball Beavers?
Yeah.
So here's the thing: is that I want to pick the Ball Beavers my old team. I really, really do, because like they're good people, good players over there. But the fact that Sacred Sword only lost by 2 to Home Loans a week ago, I'm going Sword. I'm still going Sword.
Did we have Ben's pick on this, Cougar?
What's that?
Did we get Ben's pick on
the
this?
results. Oh yeah, sorry. So last week Ben went.
He's going with Sword.
Yeah, Ben went 1-2, so he's 4-8 on the season. You, Shawn, went 2-1. You're 9-3 a season. The guests are 2-1, 9-3 a season. I went 2-1, 8-4 for the season. So you and the guests are tied at top 9-3. Ben, you need a lot of help.
Yeah.
No, he won't.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Ben went with Sword on this pick.
He did, yes, sir.
Okay. Holcomb Gold at 5 p.m. JWE at Harbor Lights.
The undefeated JWE.
The undefeated
Here's
JWE.
Justin.
I'm going to be honest, JWE stays undefeated, wins by 1, and if they keep playing Trey at third, we're going to wreck him.
Oh! Hot
You're gonna
Take
wreck him?
Tuesday!
Wreck him. Really?
Yeah, they might jump to 1 just because. No.
Kansas City here already beat Harvard.
We gotta check that strength of schedule.
Look, I love your enthusiasm, Dustin.
No. I love you, Dustin. I'm going Harbor this week.
Harbor. Emberly?
Harbor.
I will say that JWE, their core ladies, they got physically talented. They got potential. But they're not a level of Harbor Lights. They're not that level. They're not level.
This,
I know, but they're good players already. You talk about Cal, Jessica, and Olivia.
Going into week 5, almost halfway through the season, this could also be a statement game.
Sure.
So it definitely is a statement game for JWE.
Yeah.
But I think that we're going back to the original Harbor by larger.
I do have to point out that Kickball for All is Saturday, and
Kifa!
a lot of people in the league are going to be doing that in the 99-degree heat.
Yep.
Will that affect their play on Sunday?
1 p.m.
Thank you for Aaron.
At Hobbs Park. Not only the peak of the heat, but Kifa this year is sponsored by Sano Massage and Wellness, Fine Fitness, Young Spine and Joint, Empire Bar and Billiards, Nourish Training, Lerner Real Estate, and Up to 11 Productions. So,
and I forgot to say this earlier, Sano Massage will be at Kifa again this year with $1 a minute massages. Like always, 3 massage therapists the whole time.
That's me. I'm a filthy animal.
Empire will kick back.
Oh.
Thanks for being the talking sponsor.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So you have one of Hobbs Park, nice and full. Okay, because I know I'll force my kids to get me that. All right, on to Holcomb Gold at 7 p.m. Jazz House at the Ghosts.
All right, where's Jazz House?
That is right here, Cougar,
That's
at
right.
926 Mass Street. Come on down here every night. Give them all your money. All of it.
All of it, yes.
So I don't think I'm going to have to go out on a limb here, but I'm going to go off of recency bias, and I'm going to pick Jazz House to end the 8-2 dream.
Yeah, Katie Keating, that declaration of preseason, bad move. And she's made a lot of dumb picks in the preseason podcast. This is the worst. This is by far the worst.
Oh, Cougar owes you a drink, Katie.
No, so Katie's like, just stop. There you go. There you go. Woo. But always make sure you finish your whiskey or beer.
Are you on the Jazz House grind?
No, it's
choo.
Yeah, like the 8-2, Katie. No, those dreams are gone.
All right, Holcomb Red at 5 p.m. Asteroid Head at the Scoonies. Almost, but didn't quite make the cut for a pick'em.
Asteroid Head 1 and 3.
Spell better, Shawn.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go again.
I'm going Scoonies.
You're going Scoonies?
I'm going Scoonies.
Whoa! Asteroid Head, you're better than this. Come on.
I think they are.
You're better than this. No,
it's Father's Day.
I know
the average age of the starter on Asteroid Head
I know.
is similar to me, so that could affect the
maybe
outcome.
when they see this big ass field at Holcomb Red, it's a big ass field that Pat Watkins, Clint, and try to go for the big bombs over there. I'm going Asteroid Head. Come on, you're better than this. You're shorter now? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, never mind.
They shortened red and blue's interior fences.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. Seth? Oh my gosh. What's right? Wait. She's trying to get it right, not you. Oh, we.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got it.
That's
good.
Cougar.
Good idea,
That's
good
what
idea,
we
good
call the collective we.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't know. Would not know. No.
Holcomb Red at 7 p.m. 23rd Street at Free State.
Battle of the Barn Grill.
Battle of the Barn Grills.
Yep.
Free State has the best drone operator in the league. Thank you, Seth Sanchez and Drone Lawrence.
100%. He's all right.
Yeah.
He's in the interim. You're in the forever. Drone Lawrence. Lawrence's premier prestige worldwide level aerial photo and video provider. Contact them for amazing LFK prints or any of your drone needs or anything regarding Father's Day. They've got you covered. Yes. 100%. Yep. Yeah. So I can confirm that I ran a bunch of different magazines advertising for about 7 years. One of them was Grit and Cappers. And there were people that would advertise in the magazine and would just show up with a helicopter and do the same thing. Yeah. Like,
Boy, that is odd.
in real life spam is what it was. Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, so I'm on Free State here. Free State.
Emberly. Yeah, I rep 23rd Street Brewery. I'm sorry, not too impressed. I gotta go Free State. Gotta go with Growlers. Yeah.
Yeah. Ha.
Oh no.
Holcomb left at 5 p.m. Button grind at Poshwash.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Biscuits and gravy. Biscuits and gravy. Yep. Well, BNG, that's what it is. Yeah. Button grind, yeah. Well, BNG, they beat our bar. BNG beat our bar. Go and yell, our bar! Exactly, there you go. There you go. That's your cue. Thank you, Clay. So they played week 1, so 1-9.
Missing some folks. 2 and 3 kickers.
Not for you, Shawn.
Yeah, I've got to pick us clearly. There's obviously never anything wrong with a little button grind, except for this week.
No R. Kelly.
They
no
have
R.
a
Kelly.
lot of fun. The
No R.
game's going to
Kelly.
be great. The only thing, like I said, is we've got some people coming back this week that are big producers for us, and I think it's going to make all the difference.
All right.
On to Holcomb left at 7. Empire at Brewtang.
Shut out.
Brewtang.
I'm calling it. Shut out.
I think.
Shut out.
I think this could be a shutout too.
Shut out.
Yeah. At 15. 15's the cutoff.
Hey,
Sound
hey,
good?
Empire is getting better every week.
Yeah.
At least your team didn't bunt up 15 on.
Yeah,
who did
15's
you?
the cutoff.
You didn't. You guys didn't.
Holcomb right at 5
Emily.
p.m. Soda Jerks at Reading Rockets. I'm on the jerks.
I got
I'm a
jerks.
jerk Derek off right now.
What the hell?
2 in a row. That's a winning streak.
Oh, geez. Here.
Yeah.
Yes, Paul. What's up?
I just want to say that I got on base every time, and I'm teaching my team how to get on base every time. So Empire will get better every time.
So no shutout. Only to avoid that shutout I called. So we'll see.
So I'm on the jerk train.
You're crazy. Everly, you're crazy. Here's Derek to tell you why you're crazy.
Is that their center fielder? Yeah, he's lights out. He's crazy good. If we can hold him down, we got a good chance at it. But he's I guarantee he's going to get 2 home runs this game. I'm shooting for at least 1. It's yeah. He's
Cougar, who you got?
Emberly, you're crazy. Derek, why don't you tell Emberly why
I'm
she's
going to call
crazy?
it that we're going to win, but that Dalton guy's going to get at least 2. 2 home runs, I'm calling it.
Emberly, you need to get tested.
So-
Emberly, you need to get tested.
So Cougar's
Rockets over
clearly
Sub
going with the
Rockets.
jerks.
You're clear? Well, I don't think you're clear tonight right now, so no. No,
Let's-
I'm going still the jerks. No.
Jerks it is. Let's hear from
Sorry, jerks.
our wonderful sponsor this week from Jerome Lawrence. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Holcomb right at 7 p.m. Kansas Tree Care at the Red Lakes. I'm I have to agree with you. I think that Kansas Tree Care consistently plays to their opponents' levels until it's time to turn it on in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I think it will be close, but Kansas Tree Care.
Yeah, I agree. Kansas Tree Care,
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll get a
That
little,
sounds like an
it'll-
old poshwash schedule.
It'll get a little easier because they got Shirt Factory,
I have
Johnny's.
no sympathy for them.
It'll get easier because Shirt Factory, Johnny's, Asteroid had BNG, and then Free State. Oh, it's you guys. Yep. It'll get easier. I read this guy. It'll get a little easier for Red Lakes.
All right. Coming up, the Suckers playing on grass at Broken Arrow Park at 5 p.m. This is one of our pick'em games and the spread.
And the spread. Oh, no. It's
Arbor at Home Loan.
Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first on this?
I'll be the villain. I'll go first.
Yep.
Home Loans +5.
Home Loans +5. Okay. All right. Emberly? What's that? Okay. Fine. Seth.
No, that's X Factor.
No, that's not grass. It's dirt. It's dirt, yeah.
Is it
I
not
was going to
grass?
say, Holcomb, we're playing at Broken Arrow. Sorry, not Holcomb.
No, it's still dirt.
It's dirt. I
It's dirt.
was literally just going through that earlier. I don't want to play a grass game, so no, we play on dirt.
Amen. Fuck grass fields. Thank you, Chris. Fuck grass, Derek. Shut up. Whatever, Aaron.
Home Loans by 2.
What'd you say?
Home Loans by 2.
Home Loans by 2. Okay.
Emberly?
Are you ready, Emberly, or not?
She's ready. Hot Take Tuesday. What is it? The pick is in.
What is it? Home Loans by 1.
Cougar?
Let's see. Look, Arbar, valiant effort against the Cork Service last week. Valiant effort. But as first-hand experience as Home Loans, those kids can play. The top 4 are legit. They're lethal. And they can place kick. They're fast. They can potential. They're really, really good. I got Home Loans by 4.
And I believe Ben took Home Loans by 6, right?
Home Loans by 6. Yeah.
Home Loans
Go
by
ahead, Clay.
So there's a piece of information that you all don't have that we have in our back pocket, which is that our worst player, me, will not be there. So what's up? No more liability at home. No more liability in the kicking order. We got that shit.
So right now, you are calling addition by subtraction and Arbar with the win.
Absolutely. I bring
All
a
right.
lot of things on the team. It's mostly loud and profane.
Yeah. They may not lose again. Yeah.
Possibly don't. No, it won't be Arbar. No.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll lose D-holes, maybe. The D-holes, maybe. Yeah.
I see them as an 8-2 team.
8-2, yeah.
Yeah.
A real 8-2, Katie Keating. A real 8-2.
Broken Arrow Park, 7 p.m. Post House at Shirt Factory.
By the way,
I
Betsy
think that's a
and
no-brainer
Betsy and
for
Simon
me.
will not be there. They're
Yeah.
on vacation for their wedding anniversary.
So there will be a hiatus in home runs. is
Right.
what you're
Although
telling me.
it's broken arrow. How do you kick a home run broken? That's deep. Oh Jesus. Oh jeez. Oh. Geez.
Yeah,
That's
stem
funny.
cell
That's
regenerative treatment in Germany.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, it's fetuses.
Even without the omission of Simon and Betsy not being there. No, it's post house. It's post house.
Post House across the board.
Yes, he does. So he's gonna close.
He's also their
gonna
social
close his
media
ass
manager.
off being stripped for the very first time. Gosh.
Yes, he's
I
playing.
don't know. Whatever.
Lions East at 5 p.m. Our last pick'em, D who? D Holes at Johnny's.
This is hard. Johnny's a 1-3, D-Hole's 2-2.
I think this is another statement game for this week, and I'm going to go ahead and pick the D-Holes.
Wow.
Because I don't think that Johnny's has found their identity, nor will they find it this week. Sorry, Austin. It's almost like addition by subtraction didn't work in that sense.
Yeah, ask Cal from Harbor Lights. Yeesh.
But that veteran leadership is helping out elsewhere. They may only win one more. They have a rough go the rest of the year.
Real quick, before we enter the rest of the schedule, they have, it's Three State Growlers, and Red Legs, Brute Tank, Corksuckers, and Glove Guard. The only one that
I
can
can see
winnable,
maybe one
really
winnable against Corksuckers.
Otherwise, yeah. Emberly, what you got? I know Johnny's is scuffing. They're better than this. And G-Holes is a good team, but Johnny's is better than this. Come on. Just like Asteroid Head, they're better than this. Come on. So I got Johnny's. I might regret it, but come on, they're better than this. No, they're not. No, but boy, Johnny's. Ooh, I know it's a tough schedule, but ooh.
Lions East at 7 p.m. Woost at late fees.
Boy, Woost is really scuffing. Really scuffing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Woost.
Yeah, I'm Woost across the board. Lions West at 5 p.m. Harpies at Red Lion.
Not a pick'em.
Not a pick'em.
Not a pick'em.
Yeah.
They're 3-1. Yep. Lost to Honey Badgers by a lot.
Yeah, by a lot. I'm the same. I'm on the Harpies train this week. I think
Harpies.
Grant being back, everybody at full strength, and coming off a loss, they've got something to prove to themselves. Not necessarily to anyone else, because we all know who they are.
I think the letdown for Red Line after that momentous first ever win over Shirt Factory. I think it's a letdown.
Lions West at 7 p.m. Drop Stoppers at Young Spine. I've got Drop Stoppers.
Young Spine's bye for actual winning streak going 3 in a row. That stops that. No, I got Drop Stoppers. No.
They've been pretty solid. Yeah. So you're going Spine?
No, you can go Young Spine if you want. You can go.
Our lead-in of the week. Ops Park at 7 p.m. Corksuckers at KBC Tropics. The Naughty Cougars get their first appearance at
last.
I'll go last. You're going last?
Yes.
I'll go first. I have no problem, and I think it's going to probably be a pretty easy win if everybody's there, as I've heard.
Yeah.
KBC by at least 5. I think it's going to be a statement game.
What? You picked us? What? Yep. Yeah, that one runner, that idiotic mental error, even though caused us, I should yell at him. No, I should yell at him because he listened to me. Moving on. No, because they actually listen. Because Corksuckers actually listen. Yep.
They lost.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, Cougar, how can you say how would I pick KBC when you guys lost short-handed to Red Lion
So
by
here's the
1?
thing. So I saw Corksuckers against Arbar last Sunday. There you go. There you
Lawrence's
go.
best
Thank you.
wings.
So Corksuckers did a really good job place kicking and played some decent, solid defense. And even though KBC Tropics is maybe more physically talented over Corksuckers. You're right, Emberly. The experience is there. They got their heads on a swivel. They actually listen, know what they're doing. That's one person here on my team. Yeah, I'm going to go with. I hate doing this. Corksuckers winning.
Ooh, shit.
Yep, I'm going
Bulletin
Corksuckers.
board material. No wonder you got canned as a sponsor,
Look, you
Cougar.
know me. I'm honest.
I'd fire you
know
too
me.
if I were
You-
Nick Lerner.
You all know me. I'm honest. I don't try to hype up my own team or try to make like fake
Yes, I
confidence.
will give you that.
You do
I
well,
have
you do well. You
never
don't do well, you
once
don't do well.
Ever,
I'm honest.
Never heard you hype up your team. And lost by 1 on the tying run being gunned down at home.
Home Loan's not a 6. They're probably more like a 4-3. Yeah.
Home Loans is a solid top 4.
Agreed.
All right, and then our last game, the game of the week, Love Garden at the Honey Badgers. I have never picked against them, and I'm not going to start tonight. Honey Badgers.
What?
Why not?
You're crazy.
I am crazy. I'm just going with historical facts, and I'm batting 1,000,
And
picking with
crazy?
Kenny.
You're batting 1,000. You're crazy. That's true.
It's crazy. Every time I
You're
pick
crazy.
the Honey Badgers, they have
You're
won.
crazy.
I've never picked against them.
Everybody's been crazy earlier picking. What was it?
I'd
being
rather,
Rockets
I'd
over,
rather be wrong when it doesn't count. Ooh, Hot Take Tuesday.
You look, Kenny Caroline, I love you. You got a good team. No, Love Garden.
Love Garden? Oh, yeah. So, oh, you know he's going to be here. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
Hide your drugs. If you're into that kind of thing.
Team Ramrod.
Spelled like me. Yeah. I mean, the only thing I know that it's a great thing to pass things out at Game of the Week. Just don't pass out ass whippings. All right. So a big thank you to Drone Lawrence this week. Seth, thank you for coming on. Definitely Lawrence's premier prestige worldwide level aerial photo and video provider. Give them a shout. Father's Day's coming up. There's all sorts of awesome gifts. I can tell you at least 3 prints that I would personally want. Very nice. Hey guys.
There you go.
Give Seth a shout. I want to hear of another FAA complaint. Don't forget this Saturday we have the Kickball is for All clinic, 1 p.m. at Hobbs Park. Yes, definitely come out. Come support Kifa. We've got all sorts of awesome sponsors. Check out the website. It's on there. And last but not least, big thank you to Rick of the Jazz House, 926 Mass. Come down and visit us. Cougar.
Yes.
Seth. Imberly. Thank you all for coming on this week. Oh, man. It's been a blast. Thanks, everybody, for coming down. We did it. Semi-retired.
Thank you, Jazz House 926 and a half Massachusetts.